What's up, guys? Welcome to episode 4 of Let's Talk Nerdy Podcast. Today we're talking about Lord of the Rings Gollum. We're talking about Across the Spider-Verse. We're going to be diving into Division Heartland. And for the last thing, talking about some Transformers Rise of Beasts.
Never send a chick your dot. That's how you get shot. A DM in vanish mode. I do that shit a lot.
One of these I'll get.
If I'm not back in 5 minutes, just wait longer.
You are now tuned in to the Let's Talk Nerdy Podcast.
I love it when you talk nerdy to me.
I'm surprised you didn't get that one. To be honest. I threw you a bone today.
Which is that one? What's the bone?
I threw it. You said you only listen to popular music, so that is Drake and 21 Savage.
Okay.
That I grabbed off. Yeah. Do your thing, 21. Do your thing.
I don't know Drake. Whatever's on the radio, I should preface it that way. Whatever's on the radio that isn't rap. I don't listen to rap. I don't really listen to country. Don't listen to rock. I don't listen to a lot of music unless
basically
it's on,
you only listen to Dua Lipa.
Basically, whatever's pop music. And it's funny. Back to episode 3, talking about Dua Lipa and how I thought she's 35. I know every single one of her songs now too. It's like when I'm gonna work out, Dua Lipa. When I'm gonna clean my house, Dua Lipa. Just because I know all her music, so I can sing along and kind of groove with. But anyway, let's get off of Dua Lipa. We're done talking about Dua Lipa. How was your week, man? How was your week?
My week was crazy. For those of you that don't know, Adam went on vacation and left me in the trenches taking shrapnel. Yep. And the thing that I've learned most is that I just appreciate you so much and that this podcast would not exist if it wasn't for you. So everybody listening, please stand up out of your chairs and give a round of applause to Adam for making this whole thing possible, because if I'm left in charge, nothing goes right and nothing gets done. So I'm super excited that you had a good time on your vacation, and then also you're never allowed to leave ever again.
Hey, even when I was on vacation though, I was still doing some work and trying to help out as much as I can. But with my i5, no space on my laptop, trying to download stuff and put piece stuff together, it just didn't work, and the internet was bad. I even used my hotspot on the road for a couple times. I'm like, okay, I gotta get this done for Dave so we can have something to put up. But yeah, I missed helping. I felt like I wasn't being able to do anything.
I missed having you here. So yes. I'm glad you had a good time, but also, again, I just want to reiterate, you're never allowed to leave again.
Okay.
Just saying.
Okay, until I go on vacation in December.
Until you go on your next vacation, and then we forget that we even had this conversation.
And do it all over again.
How was the vacation?
Oh, the vacation was pretty good. It was pretty good. I would say it wasn't my most favorite vacation. It was a small condo, a 3-bedroom condo, which it doesn't seem too small, but when you have 3 toddlers, 5 adults, and then my aunt ended up staying one night. It made a 3-bedroom condo feel like a studio apartment.
I could see that. Yeah, I could see it. You had me at 3 toddlers. Yep. That's where I was like, whoop,
honestly, it was kind of scary. We were on the 9th floor. And it had a balcony. Ooh. And so trying to keep these toddlers wrangled away from the balcony, it terrified me the whole time. And then my son, he loved the beach, but he didn't like to stay still on the beach. And he would sprint a mile right and then turn around and sprint a mile left. And he would not turn around until he knew we were going to catch him. So it's like wrangling a bull.
Just boys being boys, man.
Yeah. No, he was actually really good.
Boys, man.
He was exploring. He made friends with everybody.
That's good.
Yeah. And I will say, this is going to be probably a little gross for some of the listeners out there, but so my son, he's lactose free, right? And we're like, okay, let's test the waters a little bit. And my mom, so his grandma, gave him a yogurt and some cheese And then so they're playing on the beach, and he's really close to being potty trained. And so he and my mom were playing on the beach. And next thing you know, my mom starts screaming at us, "He pooped!" And so she's like gagging, and he's just chilling there with some poop in his underwear. Oh man, it was awful. And then I'm like asking my wife to help because I can't do it. I can't do it that. And then my mom, I was like, "Mom, do you want help?" And she's like, "No, I got it." And like she's like gagging as she's like, she's like gagging. And I'm okay, and she was not okay. But it is all good though. But
okay, let's just real quick. I just want to put this out here. I don't feel like yogurt and cheese is testing the waters. All right, I feel like maybe we should have gone low key with like maybe a sip or two of milk, maybe a bite of ice cream. Let's let that settle and see what happens.
And we were on a boat, like we weren't anywhere near our condo or anything, so we had my mom's dunking him in the water to help clean it out of his diaper or his underwear and his swim trunks. And so I was like, all right, this is terrible, and I can't deal with it. But it was a great trip. I had fun.
I just snorted. That's so funny.
All right, but no more poopy
just
talk.
Picture like
dunking him.
Well, yeah, that's a great. Okay.
Yeah. No more talking about it. But
okay, let's get to the real issue here, though. Did you bring me back a souvenir?
I didn't bring myself back any souvenirs. Actually, you know what I bought? Spending too much money. I bought a stand-up paddleboard.
You bought a stand-up paddleboard?
Yeah, because I was like, oh, I want to go paddleboarding. And I was like, it's like $75 to rent for a few hours when I can buy one for like $300 and have it forever. So that's what I did.
How did you get it back home?
Oh, it's inflatable.
You just tie it to the roof of your car?
No, paddleboards are inflatable.
Oh, yeah. I thought it was like one of those surfboards.
That's what it looks like, yeah, but it's inflatable. Dude, when you inflate it like to the right PSI or like pressure, it's like rock solid. It's like harder than it's so solid. So that's how we got it. Yeah, it's I was impressed on how like solid it was. But anyways, let's get to the real stuff.
Okay.
Let's get to the real stuff. Lord of the Rings Gollum. Is
Real
that a
quick,
game you're excited about? Oh, okay, sorry.
Before we get to the real stuff, I just want to throw it out there that I would have gotten you a souvenir if I went on vacation.
Oh, okay. All right.
Okay.
Shots
But
fired. Shots fired,
anyway,
dude.
Lord of the Rings Gollum.
Yeah.
Lord of the Rings Gollum.
Find your own co-host.
Yes.
I'm out of here. I'm just kidding. But all right,
So,
Lord of the Rings Gollum.
Yeah, I don't know about this game. Here's the thing. The community has kind of dubbed this the Lord of the Rings game that no one has asked for. Have you seen this?
I have not, but that's kind of what I was thinking. I was like, what is the point in this? Like, what is this game? I feel like it's going to be kind of boring, to be honest. Like, I watched the trailer, I read a whole bunch of stuff about it, I watched videos on it, and everybody's like, why? Like, what is this game?
That seems to be the general consensus of like, this is the Lord of the Rings game that no one wanted, that no one asked for. It just seems like a sense of confusion amongst the community of why this game is even a game.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of in that same boat. I'm not sure what made them decide to go with this storyline or even to go with this like character set.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it's still coming out. It's coming out May 25th. It was delayed for a little bit, but I think for the sake of the podcast, I will be picking this game up just because I want to do kind of like an after review. But I'm not excited about it. I'm not gonna lie. Do we have the trailer? Can we pull the trailer up? Because I think
I do have the trailer.
I think there's some points in the trailer that are gonna help us out a little bit. The number one thing, the early kind of things is number one is people are not happy with the graphics. Which we'll kind of talk to once we get to the trailer. Also, you know, kind of going back to this, like, why are we doing Gollum? Like, he doesn't really have like any powers of any kind. He doesn't really have like any mission other than like trying to get a hold of the ring. So like, is this going to be a very tedious one-dimensional game that like, you know, seems cool when you're first starting it up, but then, you know, you get 3 to 4 hours into gameplay and you're like, I'm so bored of this game. Like, it needs to give me something.
I'm not too
That's
sure.
kind of the
And
feel that
especially
I'm gonna
it's
get with this.
and like there's no combat. Is there like any combat for your character? That's what like I just got no sense of like, or it's very little combat and it's very stealth focused.
I think it's gonna be very stealth focused. Like
Yeah.
if you guys will see in the trailer here in a second, but it seems like all of the kind of quote unquote gameplay that you see within the trailer is a lot of sneaking. It's a lot of climbing. It's not so much combat. It's very much stealth based game, and I just don't know how that's gonna work, especially when people aren't super excited about the story. They're not super excited about the character.
Mm-hmm.
And there's not like a ton of move sets that you can do, which is going to make the, like we said, the gameplay is going to be one dimensional. It's going to feel tedious. It's going to be just, for lack of better words, it's just going to be unexciting. So I think if you have this unexciting style of gameplay, what really needs to draw people is the story and their just love for the character, which they already don't have. So I'm not really sure how this game is going to go. But if early indications say anything, it's most likely not going to go good.
Yeah, I don't believe this game.
You guys
can
can
go
see
very well.
right here. So yeah, I don't think it's going to go very well. And you guys can see right here with the like, so the graphics, people are saying the graphics are like
my people
late model PS2 graphics, and I'll be honest, I'm not gonna be super harsh on it and say that I do think that they are next gen graphics. Now, if I had to peg this, I wouldn't say this doesn't look like a PS5 release to me. It looks like very like maybe an early Xbox One PS4 release is kind of the vibe that I'm getting from this, but I don't there's nothing that I'm seeing in this trailer. Like, are you seeing anything in this trailer that's exciting you?
No, to be honest, and this is gonna come down to my hot take of the day. I think Lord of the Rings is overrated. All of it.
You think Lord of the Rings is overrated?
Yeah,
Really?
I've never gotten into the Lord of the Rings. I've never found any type of excitement for it. And maybe it's because I just never gave it a true chance, but especially with this game, like I just feel like he's such a like character that's like you said, not exciting. There's like the story, I don't know.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I feel like you're gonna catch some backlash. You might catch a little backlash, kind of like the backlash that I caught on my Hogwarts should be a
I know I'm gonna get shunned for saying that Lord of the Rings is overrated. But that's okay.
I understand where you're coming from. I do understand where you're coming from. The story itself, I do think the story is great. I do think it's a great story. The one thing that I don't know if you guys noticed is looking at that trailer, even just very simple things like the Gollum design looks very odd to me.
Yeah. I agree. And also,
are you sensing that too?
Again, I don't know a whole bunch about Lord of the Rings, but I will say like that's not what I would expect for something like this to look like. I just think the mechanics of the way he's moving, just the hardcore parkour that he's got to do, I just think it's a little too much for a character like this. I think it's like a standalone game for a character of like Gollum. I just feel like it's not his space. I feel like if it was a different Lord of the Rings game and he was a secondary character that you could play as, maybe, but to be the main character of a big game, I don't think it's going to be good.
I don't think it is either. Yeah. And I think, and I hate to go back to it because we've talked a lot about this game on this show already, but it's like Hogwarts just gave you the perfect formula. Like,
yeah,
you know what I mean? Like they could have just done an entire Lord of the Rings version of Hogwarts and been totally fine. So like maybe the game gets like totally delayed for a year, maybe 2 years, because they're kind of scrapping this Gollum idea and starting from scratch. But like, I think in the long run, it would have been worth it.
Yeah,
don't you think?
I agree. I just, like I said, and then I think people are going to want something, like you said, Hogwarts created a formula that I think could have worked a lot for this game, especially since this game is very linear, not open world, and which I think people want to explore the world a bit more. Although a lot of people, they don't like open worlds. They think every game doesn't need to be an open world game, and I kind of agree with some of that to an extent, but I feel like a game of this size and this caliber and this big of like a universe of story, I think it should have been more of an open world.
Yeah, because what's really gonna hold people's attention here is just like nostalgia of seeing familiar locations
Yep.
from
Yep.
from seeing the movies and like reading the books and stuff like that. Like that's the only thing. The only thing that you're gonna be excited about is like, oh, I'm going into this place, or like, oh, this is from this movie, blah blah blah. But like once that kind of goes away, once that dies for you, I don't know what's left in this game. And honestly, I don't even know if I could play it long enough to like get to that level of enjoyment with it. You know what I mean?
Right. And one thing about this is it's not based off the movies at all. It's straight out of the books. So like
No.
So some of the things that you
it's
expect
straight out of the
something to look
books.
like for in the movies, it's not going to look like the movies because it's strictly out of the book, and they're not. They might take some elements from the movies, but from what I've read is it's not based on the movies whatsoever.
Yeah, no, it's based on the book. He does have a little bit more of a backstory. He does have a little bit more of an intricate plot in the books, which I think, from the movie standpoint, the basic standpoint in the movies, he has to hold the ring and then he's trying to get the ring back. Like, I just don't think there's enough substance there as like a supporting character in the movies that actually ends up to be, kind of a very relevant character. But that's a whole different story.
Right.
But I think to have that story be turned into a game, there's not enough. There's not enough there. So you have to go with the book. And like I said, I just don't think it looks very good. And I feel bad. I do feel bad because, honestly, I feel like I come on here and I just crap on everything. Like I really do just kind of crap on everything. But I don't know. I just, at this point, like I just expect more. And especially from a franchise this big, you know what I mean? Like, we're not talking about a small franchise. Lord of the Rings is like a gigantic franchise. They could have done so much better. They could have done a million different things that fans would have been happy with, and they just totally did none of those and just went off on their own and did their own idea. So
and
we will see how it goes.
It's funny. This is like the first game that you've crapped on or movie, and I'm like, yeah, I'm with you. You know what I mean? Like, we're both kind of crapping on movies. This is the first time I've done that, really. But
this is the first time.
I will say that it's going to be like with Gollum and like I said, I don't know much about it, but it is using like it's like mental stability. Like, is he like he's got like another voice inside his head? Smeagol, is that the other voice in his head?
So Smeagol is his actual is his real name, right?
Okay.
And like things that people don't know, if you actually go into the books and start reading some of the lore, basically there's so many things about him that people don't actually know. Like Gollum's actually like 500 years old, right? So people don't understand, kind of the whole backstory and the whole lore, because that's just not represented very well in the movie, where it is represented, much better in the books. But he basically has this love-hate relationship with the ring, right? So part of him wants to, covet the ring. Those are like the scenes where he's calling it my precious and stuff like that, and he wants to keep it and protect it. And then my precious. And then there's another part of him that wants to destroy the ring. He thinks it's bad. He needs to get rid of it, and it's just kind of like this internal struggle in his mind. And 500 years of that makes him go a little loopy, which you might expect. So that's kind of why you get the feel of who this character is. But again, it's it's an in-depth character that you can build on in a book. I don't know if you can build on this in a game. Right.
And that's going to play a big role in the game too. Is it's going to be a game with choices. So like using the Gollum side and the Smeagol side, like those choices can affect the game as well. So just kind of putting that out there. So that's kind of cool, I guess. But again, I'm not super excited about this game. I don't think it's, like you said, it's not going to hold people's attention for a full-length game. I think he, like you said, man, Lord of the Rings, they could have built something much bigger, especially following in Hogwarts footsteps. However, they were probably developing this game similar time frame as Hogwarts. So
I do, yeah. I mean, they were in development at the same time, but I think you have to really, as a developer, you kind of have to really look at it, right, and say, at what point is this worth it to just scrap it?
Right.
You can build the engine. You already have the world
Suicide
built.
Squad.
You already have character model built. Yeah, Suicide Squad. Exactly. This is just want to come back. Like, at what point have you just seen something so much better, so much more successful, so much more beloved by the fan base that you just say, we did this totally wrong and we got to fix it.
Yep. I don't know if they're going to do it.
I think that's where they should have been.
It.
They're definitely not going to do it. I mean, this game is
late.
coming out May 25th. So, there's no way that they're going to do it. They should do it. They won't do it. And I think this game is going to go unnoticed and passed by many, many people, except for me, who will be playing it and giving you the full review on this podcast. So, yeah.
But we'll see. We'll see. It's going to be a giant quest for this Gollum.
Yeah, a giant quest. So, you know what wouldn't flop, though?
What's that?
A quest that we wrote with our fantasy drafted quest characters, which we will be doing right now.
Fantasy draft.
I'm so excited for this.
I know, it's going to be great. Fantasy draft of the ultimate quest team.
We are building our ultimate quest teams. We are doing a fantasy draft. And I have a very special surprise, because here's the thing with these fantasy drafts. We've gotten some feedback. We've gotten some feedback from the fans, from you guys. We love you guys. Woo. Thank you for the feedback. The feedback is we need to come up with a way to actually see who wins these battles. So my super secret surprise is at the very end, I have a list of quote unquote quests. And you will be picking a number, and we will read the quest to see which quest we are actually going on to determine the winner.
That sounds good. That sounds awesome, actually. Yeah, it sounds really good. All right, you know
As
I'm going.
always,
I'm going that side, two-face side. Yep.
You're
two-face coin.
Two-face side. Okay. And we've also gotten some feedback that says that I can't flip a coin worth shit.
You cannot.
So I'm gonna do a much better flip. There's a lot of pressure right here. Wait till you hear this flip noise, though. It's gonna be so good. Ready? That was so Two-Face. It's not even funny.
That was good. That was good.
That was so Two-Face.
It was so crisp.
You could put that right in the movie.
Yep.
You win.
Yes. Alrighty.
This is
starting
not good.
It off.
This is not good.
I feel like we both had the same idea of our first overall pick. So my first overall pick of the quest draft, Indiana Jones.
Okay. All right. I see what you did there. I need my pen, because I need to cross Indiana Jones off my list. How dare you?
Hey, he's the king of puzzles and quests.
The king of puzzles and quests, yes.
Yep.
The one issue is if there's snakes involved, you're screwed.
Ah, shoot. All right, let's hear it.
Just throwing that out there. Okay, my number one pick to go on this quest, I'm taking the one and only Mr. Sherlock Holmes.
Ooh, that's solid. Mm-hmm. That is very solid.
Master detective.
Okay.
Master puzzle solver. Incredible fighting skills and just next level intuition. I'm taking Mr. Sherlock Holmes.
All right. For my second overall pick, I'm going to my boy Nicolas Cage.
Nicolas Cage.
Nicolas Cage and Benjamin Gates, National Treasure. National Treasure? Benjamin Gates?
Treasure.
Yeah, okay. Again, another solid puzzle gentleman.
Okay. See, this is where it gets dicey. Because I have two people that I want real bad, and if you take the second one, then it kind of screws my whole plan here. But for my second overall pick, I will be being accompanied by the one and only Mr. Han Solo.
Okay.
Here's why.
All right, yeah, I was gonna say not a pick I would
pick. The Kessel Run. No, he wasn't on your list.
No, he was not on my list. Let's hear it. Let's hear your reasoning.
Wow. Okay. Kessel Run and less than 12 parsecs. That's all I got to say. I got space covered. If we got to go to space, I'm covered.
All right. That's kind of, all right. I'll let you have it.
I feel like you hate that pick.
I don't like that pick.
I feel like you hate that pick. No, I feel like you hate it.
All right. Well, I'm going to go somewhere a little bit more. I need the fighting now. I got my two puzzle guys. I got the people that can do all that stuff. I'm going John Wick.
Yeah.
For my number 3 overall pick, John Wick. I need that guy. He's gonna lead my team to battles.
I just crossed John Wick off
Yeah, I feel like there's no explanation needed for John Wick. No explanation needed for John Wick.
There's no explanation. No explanation.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna counter your John Wick because I do have a backup for if you took John Wick because I feel like he was gonna be a popular pick. I'm gonna counter your John Wick with a 3rd overall pick. I'm gonna take Mr. Jason Bourne.
Okay. All right. I like that one.
For the exact same reasons.
Well,
exact same reasons. You got your John Wick. I got Jason Bourne.
So now you picked Jason Bourne, and I had to counter Jason Bourne actually. Mr. 007 for my 4th overall pick, 007.
Wow.
Daniel Craig.
Okay, that's a solid pick.
To be specific.
That's a solid pick.
I got the agency behind me. I got the tech. I got all of that with not John Wick. I already said that. 007.
That's a solid pick. Okay. 4th overall pick. I'm going back to the well. We're going back to the quest realm. Give me the one and only Hermione Granger.
She's a wizard.
She's smart.
That's cheating.
Yeah, that counts.
No, we said no powers. We said no powers.
You said no superheroes.
Okay, all right. I'll let you have Hermione Granger. All right. Let's hear the reasons anyway. I don't like the pick.
Wow.
I don't even like the pick.
Okay. I feel like you're gonna null and void this draft now that I have a wizard.
A wizard. I said humans, but whatever. Okay. We'll allow it.
I mean, you could also combat with your next pick. But okay, Hermione Granger. She's smart. We got magic covered. She's brave. She's a risk taker. She's a team player. Hermione Granger.
Okay. Whatever.
Solid pick.
Whatever.
Solid
have
pick.
Hermione Granger. I don't want her. This one is more for the goofy side of things. I thought he'd be a great just a 5th overall pick, more as like an underdog. Like, you shouldn't pick him, but you're going to anyways. Austin Powers.
Austin Powers.
I need that comedic relief, man. Like he's got the dumb luck. He's gonna get everything because of dumb luck.
Draft over. Adam wins.
5th
Adam
overall
wins.
Pick.
Austin Powers. Let's go. Okay. My final pick. Let's round it off with a little Lara Croft. Here's why. You got your Indiana Jones.
Yep.
This is my ancient tomb, ancient relic, historian kind of aspect. I feel like it's gonna round off the team with a little Lara Croft. So I'm gonna go with a little Lara Croft.
All right.
Okay. Now
we're done. So,
now let's see what quest we are going on.
All right, let's hear these quests.
Let's see what quest we are going on though.
And let us know in the comments of
number
what
1 through
you
5.
think. Number 1 through 5. Okay. 3.
Number 1 through 5.
3.
Number 3. Oh boy. Are you ready for this quest?
Yep, let's hear it.
A group of misfits are chosen by a wizard to retrieve a magical artifact, but they accidentally switch bodies with each other and have to figure out how to use their new skills to complete the quest before time runs out.
Let's see.
Number 1 thing is adaptability.
I was going to say, I think I lose that quest only for the sure fact that I do have Austin Powers on my team. He's going to be so, out of whack that he is in somebody else's body. Luckily, I have no females on my team. If he had a female body, it would be game over. We're not getting anything done.
Yeah. He's not getting anything done.
So I think he won that one.
Touching himself.
Yeah. But
okay. But let's talk about the real win.
Mm-hmm.
I'm imagining Austin Powers with the skills of John Wick right now, and I'm just loving that image.
That's awesome. Imagine Austin Powers.
I'm just loving that image. Yeah, I'm loving that image so much. Okay.
That's so funny.
Yeah, guys, let us know. Let us know in the comments who you think won that battle. I mean, I love my team, but I'm upset I didn't get Austin Powers. Anyway.
Yeah. I think it was a solid pick on both our ends. I think me having Indiana Jones and Benjamin Gates from National Treasure was a good solid picks for Mike. Well,
I do think
Sherlock
those were
Holmes,
solid
though.
picks.
You had Sherlock Holmes.
I love my team.
Yeah.
I really do love my team.
Toss-up.
Sherlock
I think
Holmes
this is a toss-up.
nasty. Jason Bourne. This is a good draft. I feel like either way, we're both winners because we came out of this draft much better than anyone that we've done before.
Right, and I think if based off the quest though, you did win. Austin Powers is not gonna do well in somebody else's body.
I don't think so. Yeah. But we will see. We will see how Jason Bourne handles being Hermione Granger.
Yeah. That'd be quite the spectacle at that point. They should make a movie like that. Yeah. They should make the greatest quest of all time movie and do something like this where they just combine some random characters together like this and say, all right, go on this amazing quest of switching bodies and finding an ancient wizardry artifact.
Body swap. Yep. I would see that movie. I would go to the theater to see that movie.
Lindsay Lohan reboots of Freaky Friday. But
Freaky Friday with Sherlock Holmes.
Yeah. That'd be so funny.
So good.
All right.
But all right. You know who's not on any of our quest lists because they didn't count?
Because they have powers. Spider-Man.
Because they have superpowers is Mr. Spider-Man. Yeah,
Miles
Mr.
Morales,
Spider-Man indeed.
Specifically.
Let's talk about specifically Miles Morales. Yeah. Let's talk about Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse because I know you are super excited about this movie.
I am ecstatic for this movie. I'm ecstatic for this movie. I will say one thing about just have you seen Into the Spider-Verse? I told you to watch it. Did you watch it? Dave?
I watched as much of it as I.
Dave, did you watch the whole movie?
I watched as much of it as I could. I've not seen the whole movie. Okay, but here's the thing. The parts that I did see were really, really good, and I really, really enjoyed it. But I think maybe that's a good place to start.
That's true.
Because you are so entrenched in this series, and you just have this glowing passion that I can obviously see. Yeah. Just illuminating from your body as you talk about it. Maybe give the fans like a brief little introduction if they've never seen any of this series before.
Yeah. So
what did they miss in the first movie leading up to this?
So in the first movie, Into the Spider-Verse, so obviously there's multiple Spider-Man and whatnot. The original Spider-Man in this universe was Peter Parker, right? And so in this movie, Peter Parker ends up dying in this universe. Due to he was fighting Kingpin, and then Miles Morales, he gets bit by a spider, becomes the Spider-Man of his universe. There's no other Spider-Man in his universe. In the process, though, Kingpin erupts the multiverse, and so multiple Spider-Mans come from different universes, kind of similar to Spider-Man No Way Home in the MCU. So similar in that sense. And so there's different Spider-Man. Peter B. Parker. There's Gwen Stacy as Spider-Gwen. There's Peter Porker, which is voiced by John Mulaney. Very good. There's a couple other ones like Penny Parker, Spider-Man Noir, lots of cool different Spider-Man characters. And essentially, the universe is crashing in because of Kingpin trying to bring his family back that had perished or died. And so they're trying to get back home without destroying the universe, essentially. And I think, honestly, I'm going to say this. It's the best animated style I've ever seen. I think it's the coolest animations I've ever seen in any type of animated movie. I just think it's such a unique style to movies. It's literally like you're watching a comic, the way things like unfold and move, and it really has me excited, and that's why I'm super excited about the second one, Across the Spider-Verse.
That's exactly what I was going to say, is just I was absolutely blown away with the art style, this animation art style, and especially just being like such a comic book fan. I'm actually a fan of like the comic books, like the print. If you're like an old school kind of dude like me, where it's like you love looking at the covers and you love looking at the panels and that style of art, the way that they transcended that from the page to the screen and just like kept it so raw and so pure, but also still modern, and it absolutely blew me away.
Yeah.
And you know I'm not lying because I talk smack about a lot of stuff.
You do. I actually was anticipating a little bit of smack talk, but didn't come.
Yeah, no, this is a glowing review. Yeah. I don't know who the artist is. But the artist and just like the storyboards and like, the guys that are in charge of the animation and production, like I think every single person on that team just deserves, they just deserve like the hugest round of applause. Cause like like I said, the way that they did that is just absolutely amazing. I loved looking at it. There wasn't anything that I noticed where I was like, that doesn't look right. That doesn't look
Yeah.
weird. The whole time I'm just like, you know, my favorite medium is coming to life
Right.
in a way that I've never seen it before. And it's kind of like, it's like when you're a kid and you experience something for the first time and you're just like so blown away that this thing even exists. That's kind of the sensation that I got watching this movie. So yeah, I was super excited. I will finish it. I promise that I will.
You better.
I will finish
You
it. I
And
will
especially with the
finish
second
it.
one coming out on June 2nd, which I don't know if you haven't seen the
Yes.
trailer. Make sure you do so. It has tons of Easter eggs and tons of different Spider-Mans, which I think is super cool. They have and the cool thing about this Into the Spider or Across the Spider-Verse for the second one, it actually connects to the MCU.
It does, yeah.
Yeah, so they
So
referenced.
I read a little bit about the connection.
Yeah, and so they referenced, which I think it's so the MCU universe is Universe 1999 or something like that, like a whole bunch of nines after the one, and one of the trailers it says, "I don't want you to screw up the timeline like the other Spider-Man in this universe," and it's referencing the No Way Home movie. So I thought that was pretty cool, and yeah, I just think overall this movie is gonna be cool. It's got tons of different Spider-Mans, including Spider-Man 2099, who's one of the main antagonists trying to stop Miles Morales from. So the story of this movie is like he's trying to save his dad, but everybody has the tragic backstory, and so Spider-Man 2099 was like, no, you need this to happen or you destroy the universe kind of deal.
Right. Yeah. So that's kind of the vibe that I got from this movie is, you know, Miles Morales, you know, needs to save somebody that's, you know, kind of that. Are you sure it's his dad?
Yeah. That's what the speculation is. That's supposed to be his dad. That's supposed to die.
Speculation is dad. Okay.
Well, yeah. I also think he died. His dad died in the Spider-Man game, Miles Morales Spider-Man game. I think he also dies in the comics.
Yeah.
So.
Yes.
I'm guessing it's gonna be his dad.
I wouldn't be surprised if they throw I wouldn't be surprised if they throw a loop in the plan and it's Gwen that needs a little saving. But regardless,
yeah, kind of completely transition into it, or completely
I
like
think it might be Gwen.
I hope not. Okay, this is going to be after watching this movie. She and Miles Morales are my two favorite Spider-Man. Like they're so cool. Like I don't know why I like them so much, but Miles Morales and Spider-Gwen are like the coolest Spider-Man in my book. But also, I also really like Scarlet Spider. His costume design or his suit design is so cool. Like the blue denim jacket from like the 90s look. I think that one's really cool.
Yeah, Ben O'Reilly.
Yep, exactly. Ben O'Reilly. But I think
he's like the 90s punk star Superman or Spider-Man.
Yep. And there's so many.
Yeah.
Like literally when I say there's like probably like 50 Spider-Man in this movie, there are like 50 different Spider-Man in the movie. Some obviously were designed for the movie specifically, but there's also a lot from like comic books as like you may have read as a kid and like different alterations of Spider-Man, which is really cool. I'm really excited to see them all in action.
It's funny that you brought up the Scarlet Spider, because you know, like I said, I'm a little bit of a comic book nerd. I really like the medium.
Yep.
So I do watch comic books and watch their values and stuff like that. And I feel like you are not the only one that's super excited about the Scarlet Spider.
Yeah.
Because after that trailer dropped, I forget exactly what issue it is. His first appearance. I think it's Web of Spider-Man, like 184 or something like that. But his first appearance just went like through the roof.
That's
on
so cool.
On value as soon as this trailer dropped, which is pretty cool. I mean, that's a pretty common occurrence, is, you know, these first appearances, once trailers drop and stuff like that, they go up. But yeah, Scarlet Spider, that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I said, like we were talking about, you know, 2099 Spider-Man, he's going to be protecting the multiverse. Miles Morales is going to be kind of doing his own thing, so that's where the conflict comes in. I do have questions.
Oh, here we go. Here we go. Dave about to crap on my favorite animated movies right now.
I do have questions.
Yep.
Okay. So, Spider-Man 2099, he's not a villain in the comic books, right? So this is going to...
I don't know.
He's not.
Okay.
He's not a... You know, he's not a villain in the comic books. He's a good guy. So, will there be another villain in this movie?
Oh yeah, the main villain is Spot. He's the main villain.
I'm wondering if they're hiding something though.
You think so?
Yes, because what always happens in a hero versus hero story?
One turns into a villain.
No.
Oh, what? One dies.
No.
Oh,
They fight. Think Batman's
yeah,
Superman.
Batman. I hate you. I hate you. Did we just become best friends?
Did we just become best friends? Yes,
Yep.
exactly.
Yep.
So,
Okay. Okay.
So is this gonna be a story where half of the movie it's hero versus hero, and then second half of the movie they come together, they put aside their common, their differences for the common good. We're friends. Like, is that gonna be this movie?
I hope not. I don't know. I think
That's what I'm worried about.
maybe this is how I see the story going. Okay, so Spider-Man 2099, he's fighting Miles Morales, and they're like, fighting, and then Miles Morales ends up saving his dad, and like, oh, nothing happens. But now here comes in Spot, like Spot's doing the destroying the multiverse. We gotta fight Spot together. You know what I mean? Maybe something like that. I don't know. Like I said, I'm super excited just for the fear fact that the animations are super cool. They did such a good job with the first one, but sometimes the sequel's not always good. But
sometimes, yeah. That's my only concern. Honestly, that's my only concern. Is I hope that they don't do the very cliche hero versus hero. Then suddenly it's superhero team versus the coming together for the greater good to fight something else. Like, it's just, that would just really kill the movie for me. I feel like that plot line, I've seen that plot line so many times, just over and over and over, that if I walk out of another movie seeing that plot line, no matter how good the animation is, no matter how good the art style or how good the acting is, in the back of my mind, I'm just going to be like, I've seen that same script 1,000 times, and I'm going to think less of the movie.
Right.
So hopefully they don't go that route. I do have one more question too from the trailer.
Yep.
So in the first movie, Peter Parker died, right?
The Peter Parker and Miles Morales' universe. So I think the one with Gwen that was Peter B. Parker. Why am I holding a pen? Sorry.
Okay.
But, yeah, that was Parker. So that's Peter B. Parker.
Okay, so that is not the Peter Parker, the Amazing Spider-Man, numero uno. That's from a different universe.
I believe so. Yes. Yep. Yeah. No. Wait. Why am I believing
that was
yes,
my question.
Yes. That's Peter B. Parker.
Yes.
From the first movie.
Okay.
After Peter Parker died.
Okay.
Yep.
That's what my question was.
Gotcha.
Because I was like, does the multiverse bring people back to life? I mean, that's where I was starting to get confused and stuff like that. But yeah. Anyway, I do think that this is going to be a great movie. Like I said, I cannot say enough about the art style, just the entire vibe. It's just a vibe, and I just, fingers crossed that they do not do the cop out cliche script.
Batman versus
Superman, and then we'll see how it goes. Yeah,
and
just if you guys are listening, don't Batman versus Superman, please.
Yeah, right. But yeah, I'm super excited. This movie comes out June 2nd, and even the soundtrack of that movie was so good. I thought the soundtrack with that gave us Sunflower by Post Malone. Oh, such a good soundtrack to that movie. So cool.
Yeah, it really had a ton of great, like I said, I am gonna finish it. If I didn't like it, I would tell you I didn't like it, obviously, and I would say I'm not gonna finish it, but I am gonna finish it. It is an amazing movie. I do recommend, guys, if you do plan on seeing the second movie and you haven't seen the first one yet, it's definitely a movie that you're gonna want to see the first one. It's not a sequel that I think you can jump into very easily without seeing the first one, so definitely check out the first one. But yeah, I'll be checking out the second one too. I'm excited. Just please no Batman versus Superman.
Right. Alrighty. But
so yeah, super excited.
Super excited.
You know who's not in this universe though?
The character that we wrote down.
That's the character that I wrote down.
Oh, okay.
For the Marvel guest your character.
All right. Let's do it.
Which we are gonna redeem ourselves.
Yeah, we were. I was pretty close last time, so Guess you're a
You were
character
pretty
from
close.
Marvel
I'm
or
gonna
DC.
redeem myself.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna redeem myself because I was absolutely horrific.
But we'll do good this time. We're gonna get it. We're gonna get it. Hopefully we got a layup.
You want to
this
go
time.
first?
Heads or tails? Let's do it.
You wanna
Let's
go
flip the
first?
coin. Flip the coin.
You know, flip the coin.
Yeah, I'll do.
Could you see? Could you see how nervous I was about flipping the coin? I got that one good flip in, and I didn't want to ruin it.
Yeah, I can see that. All right, I'm going
right.
Two-Face. You know it.
I know it. Going Two-Face. All right, don't blow it, dude. You had one good flip. You can do two.
Ooh, that was solid. 2 in a row.
I'm getting better.
Yeah.
I'm getting better. I'm getting better.
Are twirling the cone. Ah, you won. Dang it.
I won.
Dang
I
it.
won.
All right.
You're going first.
Yep.
You're going first. Okay. Because I feel like if you don't get it, there's gonna be far less pressure on me. Okay. Adam, are you ready?
I am ready.
3, 2, 1, go.
DC or Marvel?
Marvel.
Okay. Villain, sport, anti-hero, villain, hero.
Hero.
Okay.
I was like waiting
Male
for
or
you
female?
to say it. Male.
Part of a group?
No.
Born with powers?
No.
3
seconds.
Is he acrobatic, like can fight style?
I feel like that's subjective. But yes.
Shoot.
Daredevil.
Daredevil.
You last guess.
Daredevil.
Oh, you were so close.
Oh, dang it.
You were so
Who'd I get?
close. You were so close. It was Deadpool.
Oh, man. Dang it.
I want to show this. I want to show this to the audience though. As you guys know, I'm sure you can probably hear, papers flipping. I do take notes. I do take this podcast very seriously, and I take notes. My number one was Deadpool. That's the one that we went with. But if you guys could see, right here, my backup was Daredevil. My backup was Daredevil. If you picked Deadpool.
What? So you cheated?
No, that was my number 2. Like if you went first and you picked Deadpool, so we didn't guess the same character. Daredevil was my second choice.
I understand.
But that's pretty good. That's pretty good.
That's
that
funny.
You got that close.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah.
All right, you
Okay.
ready?
We might need to extend this to 45 seconds.
45 seconds next time.
It might be a. Okay.
You
I'm ready.
can't make me go 30 seconds and you get 45. Next episode, you can do 45 seconds.
Okay. If I don't get this one, we'll extend it to 45 seconds for next episode.
All right, 30 seconds on the clock. Are you ready?
I am ready.
3, 2, 1, go.
Marvel, DC,
Marvel.
man or woman,
Man.
hero or villain,
Hero.
part of a team,
Yes.
X-Men,
No.
Avengers,
No.
Fantastic Four,
No.
part of a team, not
3,
X-Men, Avengers,
2,
Eternals,
1. Nope. Final
not the
guess?
Eternals. Oh my God.
Nope.
Okay. Scarlet Spider.
Nope. Nope. I thought about picking one from the Across the Spider-Verse, but no, it is Groot.
I
You
thought
missed the Guardians of the Galaxy.
Oh no!
With the movie coming out and
How do I
everything.
miss? How do I miss Guardians? I should have known.
Yeah.
I should have known.
But-
we might need to extend this to 45 seconds. Dude.
Yeah, let us
We
know
might
in the
need to
comments. Do you
extend
think we should
or
extend this to 45 seconds, or should we continue to trouble or fail miserably with the 30 seconds?
We need some redemptions.
We do, we do.
Next episode, let's just pick something.
Yeah, let's do some layups, like some
real
Batman,
easy, so we
like
look sweet.
yeah, some easy layups. Superman. I'm down. People are like,
Okay,
it's a cop
okay.
out. Okay.
Yeah, this is a cop out pick. pick. I'm picking Batman.
Yeah, I'm picking Iron Man. There we go. That's what we'll do. I pick DC,
Yeah.
you pick Marvel, and Iron Man. There we go. Cool. All right, but
We're
there's
finally
also
gonna look
something I'm
sweet.
very excited
All right,
about
but-
game-wise. Into Across the
I know you are,
Spider-Verse.
so
Now,
let's
game-wise, you know how much I've been loving the Division 2. And with the Division...
I know.
Yeah, and I'm super excited that Ubisoft is releasing Division Heartland, which is going to be a free-to-play game. And
Division 2.
What?
It's Division 2, right?
No. It's a standalone game. There's two games
No?
right now. No. Division.
See, I'm so confused by this universe.
I will fix everything for you in this episode. We got this. You're gonna be
Okay.
like, actually, maybe I'm gonna
Please.
play this game.
Please do.
Yeah. So there's Division 1, which is the first one.
We'll see.
First
Okay.
Division.
Okay.
Division 2, which is what I've
Okay.
been playing a lot. And now this third game, Division Heartland, which is a standalone, free-to-play, survival, kind of loot and shoot, extraction shooter with some PvE, PvP elements.
Okay, so is this like kind of like the war zone of Division?
Like a DMZ. Have you ever heard of Escape from Tarkov?
Yes.
So it's combining like different elements of like kind of a different genre. So it's got the loot and shoot elements of like the Division, Destiny. So it's got that, right? But extraction shooter or extraction survival.
Yeah.
So you go in there with your gear. You go in there to complete different missions. You find different gear, and you have to extract. And if you get killed, you lose all your gear. So kind of like Call of Duty's DMZ mode, which is an extension of Warzone, different kind of mode,
Okay.
like extraction shooter, Escape from Tarkov kind of deal. And it's taking place within the timeline of Division, so it's not a brand new like timeline or anything like that. It's supposed to take place in a small town in Midwest called Silver Creek, and I'm super excited about this game. I will say that I'm not super excited about the survival aspect of things, like, but we'll see, because it's got a lot of the same components. They're adding so much to it, different play styles and all that, and I'm very excited to just kind of continue to grow my knowledge of Division and play this game.
Yeah. Do you have the trailer? Because
I
there
do
was
have
some
the
pretty
trailer.
cool stuff in the
Yeah,
trailer.
yeah. Let's pull it.
There's some pretty cool stuff in the trailer. This the sickness that you're talking about. This is like is this like a survival aspect of the game?
Yeah, so okay, let's give a little backstory of The Division. So The Division is a game that takes place after it's called the Green Virus or something like that. I can't remember the specific name, which I literally just watched it. It's like a virus that caused like some illness that a lot of people died and caused the world to collapse in terms of government, and different factions arise. And so that's where The Division comes into play. They're trying to establish some of that, the like balance back into the world, trying to shut down some of these big factions. And yeah, so it's a strategic homeland division, so SHD for short. And that's kind of where the Division came into play. They're like the agents to save the world, essentially, like save the cities and whatnot. And so this one takes place, I think, the same timeline as Division 2. Like what's going on in Heartland is happening the same time as Division 2. So let's pull up this trailer.
Okay.
I'll point a few things out that I found
Let's
really
pull up the
exciting.
trailer. Because just my
Welcome
first
to
glance
Silver
at the
Creek,
game, I mean, it did
a
look
sweet
cool.
little
Yeah.
town
It
in
does
middle
look really
America.
cool, and the world
You know the
itself looks
kind.
really
Yeah.
beautiful.
Pumpkin patches.
I think
apple
they did a
pies,
really good job
best
of
damn cup of
changing
coffee
the
you'll
look
ever
of it to be a little
have.
bit more modern
Silver
in terms of
Creek
like
was
the feel of the gameplay.
Up until it wasn't.
Exactly.
There's
The
what I was
green
talking about with
poison
the
changed everything for everyone.
started in New York.
It started in New York on
And it was a
Black
man-made
So that's the sickness,
infection.
and then
Day
it,
of the year.
Green
They
poison.
called
There
it
we
the
go.
dollar
oh, a
flu
man-made
because it spread
a
on
man-made
money.
infection.
The
That was-
virus
Oh,
knew
boy.
no
Yeah.
boundaries. No matter where it hit, the bodies piled up.
But yeah,
And
it
when
look
it
it
spread
looks
to
really
Silver
cool, and there's
Creek,
some stuff
the
in here
result
that I
was
was
the same.
like,
Death.
you know, maybe I could actually get
I'm
into this game, because
Division
as you guys
Agent
know, I'm
Mackenzie
not really
Reed.
a super big like
Originally from
FPS
Kansas.
kind of
I
player,
was stationed
but
in
I
Boston
I
when
feel
shit
like
hit the fan after
you know
Black
this has
Friday.
more of a story behind it
I
than
left
any other
Boston,
kind of
came
FPS
to
that I've ever
Silver Creek,
seen.
looking for
And I
Killian
feel like
Tower,
if there
my
there
commander.
was gonna be a first person
he was
shooter
my
that I would get
commander.
behind, it's
Until
gonna be
Not
one
first
that has a
person.
story like
For
this.
reasons
Third person.
unknown, he
Third
disavowed
person.
it.
I'm sorry.
He's now
That's how
a
little I
Brooklyn
know about shooters.
Yeah.
Killian
But it does look really, really sweet.
And this is one of the older trailers that they just released. They called Division Day, where they announced so much of the game. And
oh, really?
Yeah, gameplay. There's different aspects of the game, into like the different game styles that you can play and stuff like that. And so if you want to check that out, it's Division Day. It's Ubisoft. You can look it up and it's on there too. And so you're working with a division agent called Mackenzie Reed, and you have to help establish a base of operations in Silver Creek. And it's really cool. So the way they do it is, so daytime is the less hostile time of the day. And nighttime is when other players, so rogue agents are like players that like you fight against that are like the bad players. And so rogue agents and you, like, you're fighting together, or like fighting against them to like try to get the better gear, complete the missions, and you go into these contamination zones. It's actually changed in this game. And so the contamination zones are living. And so like the contaminations grow, they move, which is really cool.
Oh, wow.
And with the contamination zone, is like that's where the better loot is, and you have to go in there with different masks. This is where the survival aspect comes into play. So like you can dehydrate yourself, you have to find water, you have to find these masks that like filtration, so you can like survive a little bit more outside or during the night. And yeah, like I said, I'm just super excited. Survival games aren't the games I've ever really played, but playing the Division 2, the loot and shoot, the gear, like it's got me really excited for this game.
And this is the first one that's introduced the day and night cycle, right?
Yep. In terms of like, in terms of like having different like characteristics of certain things that you can do at night. Like there's the cycle of day and night and stuff like that, but in terms of like play style changes between day and night.
Yeah, different gameplay mechanics. Yep. So basically kind of what I've looked up is like at the nighttime is going to be more hostile, like you said. So PvP. The AI is going to be, it's going to be PvP based. It's going to have more, more adaptive AI. You're obviously going to get better loot and better rewards for things that happen during night. So, I mean, that's kind of cool. I actually like that. That's a cool idea. I love when they introduce the day-night cycle. Yeah,
and it's also, it's, I don't know if I said this, it's free to play. I'm guessing there's going to be some type of paywall behind it, like most games nowadays, but it's free to play, and they say like any game, it's supposed to be much better as a team. So you go in there with your agents, with a full squad. It's supposed to be much more fun, more strategic, and that's where the different classes come into play. So there's like the weapons expert, medic, and survivalist. So I'm guessing those all have different roles in it, which they haven't really shown too much of like what comes with those, except for the weapons expert. You get like a little drone or a little turret, so stuff like that, which I'm super excited about. You can play a little bit more stealth. And one thing that the Division 2 doesn't have that this one will is melee. You're gonna have some melee aspects.
Division 2 doesn't have melee?
No, like you get a melee weapon, I should say. So like you can punch like with your Division 2, but it's like you get a specific weapon, which in the gameplay trailer from Division Day you can see some of that with the weapon on their back.
Division 2 is just like old school GoldenEye, where you just like hit them with the butt end of your gun.
Yeah, that's basically what it is. But it's
nice.
I don't think so. This isn't gonna I don't think this is gonna replace Division 2, because they're two different games. This one is more survival, I think, more survival action. Whereas Division 2 is still that true loot and shoot, and they're still releasing content for Division 2. So I don't think they're just gonna completely stop Division 2, just because like I think this is a completely different type of game. Against like in terms of like against Division 2, especially like and I'm gonna play both.
What I've seen is there's no match timer, right? So you can kind of just extract whenever you feel like you've risked it to get the biscuit long enough, and like you just want to pull out.
Exactly, and that's kind of how a lot of these extraction shooters are nowadays too. So it's supposed to be a big map.
Yeah, it should be cool.
Super excited. And honestly, go ahead.
Self-revival kits.
I don't know.
Did you see this?
I didn't.
Yeah.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah. I mean, so a lot of people are really excited about the self-revival kits because like, it's like trying to play Warzone by yourself, right? Like you need people to help you revive with if you don't have those self-revival kits. So
I think they have to have something like that, because like except for I don't think Tarkov has, obviously, because like they're supposed to be like real military simulator kind of feel to them. I feel like with an extraction like survival shooter, you almost have to, because I think you're gonna lose a lot of players if like every time like you go down, you have to start over essentially with whatever you have on your back. And I think that's very necessary in a game like this. Maybe not Tarkov because that's a little bit more hardcore, but for something like this is like, I think it should be more casual. I think. I know there's some huge Division, like diehard Division fans that may say like, no, you're stupid for saying that because it's a survival game. Like it's supposed to happen that way. But I just think it's necessary, in my opinion.
I mean, I think it's great, especially for somebody like me. Like I'm traditionally a single player kind of person. I don't hop online a lot. I don't play in groups a lot. Like I kind of just game on my own time and like in my own kind of little world. So like for me to jump in solo on like Warzone, I would think nothing of it. But like obviously that's a terrible, like there's no way I would win anything, you know what I mean? So like I like that they're thinking about us introverts that don't interact
you
well.
should. Okay, let's say this though. The first time Dave ever played Warzone, we did a Warzone boot camp with him. We hopped into a game. Literally, he's selling himself short here. First encounter he had, he takes down an enemy, puts him down.
But
okay, there's no but. You shot him. You put him down.
But I put like 80 bullets into him.
But that's Warzone, unfortunately. There's not much we can do about that. The time to kill is insane. Same with Division,
let's give props where props are due. We were also playing with our buddy Blue, who kind of baited the guy into the building where I was standing in.
Hiding in a little corner. Yeah, that's true. But first time ever playing Call of Duty Warzone, gets his first kill. So he's probably got a better KD than me because he's only played that one night. But
yep. I have 1 kill and 1 death. I have a 1-1 KD ratio.
Yep. So you're good. You're good. That's funny. Yeah. But I'm super excited about Division Heartland. There's no official date release yet. However, there is playtesting sign up, which we'll leave a link down in the description. But also, if you want to learn more about the timeline, there's a channel called NGN on YouTube. He did a great timeline overview of Division in general, where this is taking place, how everything started. And yeah, so check that out. We'll leave that in the link in the description below as well. But yeah, just let us know in the comments. Is this a game that you're going to check out too? Because I'm super excited about it. And I think Dave can tell because I've been playing nonstop.
I know you.
Division.
I can always tell when you're super excited about something. Yeah. And obviously, just like watching your streams in Division 2 and just, seeing how much you love the game. I hope you love it. I hope you love it way more than you loved Saints Row.
Oh my gosh, man. Let's not get into Saints Row. Let's not bring the mood down. Let's keep the excitement up of our games.
Let's not bring the mood
down. That was something.
Yeah.
Moving on.
We will see. Moving on.
So
real quick though, I just want to circle back around since you did say something about the playtest. Have you heard any news on the playtest of Quidditch?
Oh, you didn't see my text?
Little follow up. No.
That lasted 2 days. That only lasted April 20th and 21st. We missed it.
Yeah, but didn't you sign up for it?
Yeah, I didn't get into it.
Oh, yeah. I was wondering if you got in. I didn't know if you got in.
No. Nope, it only lasted 2 days and I didn't get in. I'm not cool enough for any of those play tests. But that's all right.
I didn't get in either.
Yeah. They're like, how many hours did you put into Rocket League? I was like, 2,000. I have not really I played a lot of Rocket League, but not 2,000 hours worth.
Yeah, I mean, those are all lies. It's basically like a job interview.
Yeah, basically. You lie on all your job interviews.
You know what I am going to get into, though? I'm definitely going to get into Transformers Rise of the Beast because all I need to do is buy a ticket for that bad boy, which is coming out on June 9th.
And it takes place in 1994. You know why that's... You know why that's important? And the June 9th release date?
No, why is that?
That's my birthday.
Let's go.
June 9th, and I was born in 1994. How cool. How cool is that?
We're having a birthday party on June 9th. We're going to go see Transformers Rise of the Beast. If you'd like to come, leave in the comments a little RSVP and let us know how many bags of popcorn we need.
And we'll rent the whole movie theater out. How about that?
Yeah, that looks like fun.
You know those aren't actually too expensive? It's like $250.
I could imagine it's not super expensive. I mean,
movie industry's like the cinema is kind of dying art at this point.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. They probably wouldn't get $200 if they just sold regular tickets to the movie.
Yeah, unless it's like a super release like the Avengers and stuff like that. But yeah, we've done it.
But
I've done it with
a
couple times, which has been pretty cool. Like not me personally buying it, but like I've looked up the price, and it's really not that much.
Yeah, nah, it's a good time. Anything's a good time. Anytime you get to celebrate anything is a good time. But yeah, I'm super excited. It's gonna happen in 1994. This is one of my favorite things. Is when they kind of go back in time, and it not like 1800s back in time, but like you go back in time to a decade that you as a person were a part of. And I love hunting for like little artifacts of things from that time period. And I know you're not gonna be able to relate because you hate this show, which you should not. But I think Stranger Things does an amazing job at this. I have literally watched Stranger Things 1,000 times, and I cannot find one thing, like not like a matchbook or a telephone or like a chair or anything where I'm like, that should not be from that time period.
Right.
And I just love hunting for those quote
Small
unquote
details.
Easter eggs. Yeah, the little small details.
I think it's really cool. And so my whole way back, I haven't seen the Transformers in a long time. And so my whole way back, I watched 4 of the movies, like 1, 2, 3, 4. And then yesterday I finished 5. And then today I started the Bumblebee movie. So I've seen almost all 6 of them in less than like 4 days because I wanted to refresh my memory and just kind of go into it. Even though, like you said, it takes place before all those events. But I'm super excited about it. I guess it's the fight against Unicron, right? The big Earth-eating or planet-eating monster.
The big universe-eating, like, machismo.
Yeah.
So, like, that's why I'm super excited about this movie. It's like if you had to, like, put it into reference, this is like Marvel seeing Thanos. This is like DC seeing Darkseid. Like, it gets no crazier than Unicron, and I'm super excited for it. I want to know though, what did you think of the movies? So you've watched them, like you said, you watched them within the last couple of days. What did you think of the movies? Kind of going back to them.
Okay, I had a couple thoughts, to be honest. I
Go
think
ahead.
this is probably just me, be like, oh no, everybody died, but they destroy the whole world or every city they fight in. Like, I know, like, so in the one with Mark Wahlberg, which is 4. So 4 with Mark Wahlberg, that's his first one. And they're like, remember Chicago. But what about remember, like, all the other cities you destroyed? Like, yeah, like, Chicago is basically torn to shreds, but, like, so was every other city that you fought in. And that's the one thing, like, they just completely destroy everything. It makes sense, though. They're giant alien robots from outer space. Like, they're not small, so they can't just, like, let me just move away from this building a little bit. No, they have to crash into buildings. But every time I watch, I'm like, dang, there goes another building. Another building.
Yeah, there goes another and another one.
And another one. But I think I like them a lot. I like them a lot. I will say Shia LaBeouf, his acting in those is not very good.
Really?
I think his screams are so over the top when he's screaming. I think, like, they're almost overwhelming the way how much he screams. Like,
you think?
The first, like, 2 movies, he's just screaming the whole time. Like, Shia LaBeouf.
He does scream.
Quit being a baby and just man up. Like, quit screaming. Like, it's so weird.
Yeah.
Like, I'd, like, turn it down sometimes because my son's sleeping in the backseat. I'm like, turn it down because he's screaming so loud. It's like, but I do enjoy all the movies. Again, kind of going back to nostalgia. It gives you that feel of, like, I watched the TV series, I played the video games, and, like, just seeing it in live action is so cool.
I absolutely love it. I love the Transformers, and I think a lot of it has to do, again, with, like, with how old I am. I mean, I grew up watching the Transformers, like, cartoon. That was the cartoon that was on before school. So, like, I absolutely love the Transformers, and I think these movie adaptations, that they have their bad points.
Yeah.
I think every movie has its bad points, but I think as a whole, I think the franchise is really well, and I hate the fact that I'm sticking up for this right now because I'm gonna be honest. I absolutely despise Michael Bay.
Really?
I think I just think he's just not a good director. I really don't think he's a good director. And especially just because he is so over the top all the time. It's just nonstop action, explosion. Like the actual like. Okay,
You
go
stop
for
right
it.
there, mister.
What you got?
Harry Potter is a lot of filler, not a lot of killer. And then so you talk about Transformers is all killer. Like that's all it is.
Okay, but listen.
Okay,
It needs to be in context, right? So like, why do I hate Michael Bay on a Ninja Turtles movie? Because the Ninja Turtles isn't that franchise. The Ninja Turtles was never about crazy explosions and like all of these weird like heists and car chases and like all like the Turtles was never about that. The Turtles was move in stealth, use your skills, be a ninja, right? It was very much more low key and the action was focused around the fighting. But I think in a series like Transformers, this is where Michael Bay's kind of like style is really relevant and it really works because the Transformers was just nonstop like explosions and chases and just helicopters swooping in and this car comes ripping around the corner and then flips into a guy. Is a bam 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 bam. Like I think this is like the one series where Michael Bay is the guy that you actually want to be in charge. So
that makes sense. I'm with you now. But it's so funny. You're like, too much action. I understand. I'm with you now.
No.
That's funny. But I'm super excited about this movie. Also with the Michael Bay, he has the signature show the beautiful woman in the sunset or like the sunrise. It's so funny. Like every single one. Here's Megan Fox. Here's the other. I don't remember the other lady. And then I also thought like in the last one, the last night. He did it with like the teenage girl, like who's like 12. It's like, what the heck? It's so weird, but but I really enjoy all of them. They're like you said, they're a lot of action, it's so cool. It's so cool. And like I said, I do have a question though. It's like, how are they going to? So a lot of people didn't know that robots existed or these Transformers didn't exist in like the timeline of like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But this big old huge battle in 1994, like how does that tie in?
So the thing that I kind of love about this is as they're going back, right, is you are going to see a very different set of Transformers than you're used to seeing from the original movies. And going all the way back to the TV show, you can see like in these new movies, like Optimus Prime is probably the greatest example of like, Optimus Prime has developed this relationship with humans. He's grown to trust them. He's grown to work beside them. They have one common goal. Everybody kind of works together. Optimus Prime is super nice. You're going to see like a very different version of the Transformers where they haven't had that interaction with people yet. They're still wary of like the government. They don't know who to trust. They don't know who's on their side. Gotcha. So it's going to be a little bit more of a battle, not only Autobots versus Decepticons, but it's also going to be Autobots versus Decepticons with a little bit of like just robots versus humans mixed in too. So it should be a very kind of intricate storyline, and I would not be surprised if they go the typical route where it might be robots versus humans in the beginning, and then they kind of
cliches.
They learn the cliche, they learn to trust each other and grow together. But whatever, I'm willing to look past that for this movie just because they're gonna blow a lot of stuff up and it's gonna be great. But it's gonna be a very different kind of version of the Transformers, and you just have to kind of keep in mind that this is essentially a prequel. Right. So this is this is before anything that you've seen before. And just kind of go into it with an open mind, and I think people are really going to enjoy it. I have one specific question though. Since you did recently watch all the movies, what did you think of Age of Extinction?
Age of Extinction. That's the one
with the Dinobots.
Oh, that was sweet.
that was sweet, right?
I was so excited. He's like, "You yield to me." Optimus Prime's like you listen to me. He's like taking down. Oh, that's so cool. That's so cool.
It was so cool, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's why I think you might actually like really like this movie, because if you liked Age of Extinction, and anybody listening, I feel like if you enjoyed Age of Extinction, which was the introduction of the Dinobots.
Yep, with the seed, right? That was the seed one.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. Yeah. Yep. That's sorry. Yeah. They all blend together because I watched them so fast. So it's like all one giant movie.
Yeah. It just all blends together into one movie. But yeah, if you really enjoyed the Age of Extinction, which is the first introduction of the Dinobots, which I believe was first appearance was Transformers 7 or 8 was their first appearance in the comics. But anyway, if you really enjoyed that movie, this movie is also going to have that same kind of feel, because this is going to be the introduction of like the Beast Wars franchise. The same exact way that they introduced the Dinobots, this is the introduction of Beast Wars. So again, this is another nostalgia thing. And, this was a little bit after. So, for my generation, it was Transformers. And then my brother, who's 4 years younger than me, for his generation, he was all about Beast Wars.
Okay.
So I remember seeing a lot of stuff about the Beast Wars, and also kind of watching the series and stuff like that. So I feel like, it's going to have something for everybody. And honestly, these Beast Wars characters look super sick. Did you have a chance to look at any of them?
I did. The trailer's super cool. So
yeah, the trailer is super cool. Optimus Primal. Dude, that just like that scene where he is swinging through the jungle, and you're just like, dude, King Kong's got nothing on Optimus Primal. Like this dude is a beast.
That's so
and
cool.
Then like the cheetah scenes, like I'm not even a big cat guy, but like the cheetah scenes look so raw, dude. I'm just cool. Like I'm super
this gonna be a good one.
Yeah, this is gonna be a good one. So yeah, comes out June 9th. Again, it takes place in 1994, so keep that in mind. But if you liked Age of Extinction, definitely give this one a shot, because I think it's good. I think it's gonna be real good. Yeah. But yeah, well, we're on the topic of Transformers. I have one question for you, and I just want to ask you this question because I want to see you get beat red. Megan Fox.
Meh.
Smash or pass?
Pass.
Pass. Get out of here, dude. You are crazy.
I'm
Why?
Not crazy. I think it's
the
smile.
toe thumbs.
Toe thumbs. What?
Megan Fox has toe thumbs.
I did not notice that.
You did not know that?
I don't know. She's not my type. She's not my
dude. That's
not
like
my look.
That's like a big thing. People don't love her toe thumbs.
That's so weird.
That's
Machine Gun Kelly's girl. It's not my. It's not my. It's not my my look.
People are shallow, dude. I don't care about toe thumbs. She could have an entire hand of toes. Smash.
Okay.
She could have no thumbs. Smash. She could have feet where her hand should be. Double smash.
You're so weird. All right, that's it. I'm out of here.
All right, my dudes. I love you guys very, very much. Thank you so much for checking out the episode. Adam, you got anything for him?
Yeah, if you like this episode, make sure to drop a like and some comment. Tell us what you like most and anything you want us to talk about in the future. And follow us on all social media platforms. Let's Talk Nerdy Podcast.
If you're watching the video on YouTube, also please leave a like and a nice little sub on that one, as it really does help the channel grow. And like Adam said, if you guys got any ideas for topics, stuff you want to hear us talk about, please drop it down in the comments. We're more than happy to kind of get out there, branch out there into some stuff that you guys like. We're super curious to know what you guys like, instead of just hearing what we like all the time. And thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for all the subs, for all the support, for all the likes, for all the follows, for everybody reaching out saying that they love the show. It means the world to us. Thank you. We love you guys, and we will see y'all on the next one.
Peace out, nerds.